What's up, my Ezra Chillers? I'm your host, Chill the Messenger. Thanks for taking time to chill with me. Let's jump into our first wrestling video. Tonight we'll be covering reactions to Smackdown, Raw, NXT, and this week's UFC Bite of the Night. Be sure to stay tuned to the end of the video because I've got a couple special treats coming up for y'all. We start off with a naughty Smackdown teasing us with not only one, but possibly two WrestleMania matches and two new superstars showing up next week. First off, we had the match between Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar. Dom Mysterio ended up interrupting that match and costing Rey the match, hopefully setting up Rey versus Dom 2 at WrestleMania. Next up, we had Bianca come in and make a save, or try to make a save on Naomi against Damage Control. I'm really hoping that this is not setting up Bianca and Naomi versus Asuka and Kairi at WrestleMania. To me, it just feels like Naomi and Bianca got thrown together because there's no one else strong enough to face the champs at WrestleMania in the tag division. I think there's already some groundwork laid out for Naomi to face Tiffany, and I would really like to see Bianca face the first of our two teases for next week. Jade Cargill will be coming to SmackDown, and she can get a match with anybody she wants. So I think it'll be an easy sell for her versus Bianca at WrestleMania. The other person being Braun Breaker. Holy cow, did you guys see that hype video for him? I know he wears the shirt best spare in the business, but honestly, he backs it up. Him and Corbin got a really good thing going on right now in NXT as the tag champs, but based on that video package, it seems like they're gonna fast track his push as a single star on the main roster. In other news, LA Knight got arrested at AJ Styles' house. While the cops were taking him away, he was screaming that he would be back next week, which I don't think is a good idea to scream in front of the cops. And then the show ended with Cody assembling the Avengers, with him, Jay, and Seth having a stare down against Roman, Jimmy, and Solo. Now, I gotta say, The Rock, since he's come back, his heel work has been electric. The look, the promos, the music, everything has been electric. However, he's taking too much away from Roman. There's too much Rock versus Cody hype. Let's not forget, the main event of WrestleMania is for the title that Roman has. Why do we keep getting Rock and Cody segments every week, multiple times a week? A lot of people will say that this SmackDown lacked a little something because The Rock was missing, but we really needed to get that Roman and Cody hype going. Another thing people don't realize, and now you're going to say I'm hating on The Rock, but I'm not. I'm just pointing out a fact. Another thing people don't realize is that before the Royal Rumble, they had been hyping up Solo Sikoa as someone that Roman is sometimes scared of even. He beat John Cena at the Rumble, and then ever since then, he's been 0-34. Obviously, they were building up to some plans for Solo versus Roman, but ever since Rock showed up, that's all gone downhill. Moving on to Raw, I just want to say that Ricochet is awesome. He had a great match with JD McDonough, and this man needs to be pushed after WrestleMania. There was a fantastic back and forth between CM Punk, Drew McIntyre, and Seth Rollins, and I definitely recommend you check out that whole segment because they were just throwing bombs at each other. Ultimately, all that led to CM Punk being announced as the special guest commentator for their heavyweight title match at WrestleMania. Later on in the night, Drew McIntyre was seen talking with Paul Heyman backstage. Something to watch out for. On the women's world title side, we saw Rhea Ripley make things personal when she told Becky Lynch that her daughter was going to call Rhea mommy going forward. Rhea needs some cheap heat because she made some cheeky headlines this weekend and need people to stop cheering for her, apparently, seeing as how Becky Lynch is the face in this situation. And Raw went off the air with The Rock beating the absolute schnitzel out of Cody Rhodes. There was a lot of great cinematography in this. The rain outside only added to it. You had the John Cena and Stone Cold Steve Austin faces watching over on the trucks in the background, foreshadowing possibly what could happen at WrestleMania. All in all, it was an absolute excellent episode of Raw. This week on NXT, we saw 3 different hype videos for Trick Williams versus Carmelo Hayes. They were all really great, featuring some local Philadelphia legends and multiple WWE superstars, including CM Punk and Randy Orton, giving their take on this feud. We saw Ridge Holland state that he was stepping away indefinitely from wrestling to a slew of cheers from the crowd. And it looks like we're getting a triple threat match for the North American title when Obafemi will defend against Josh Briggs and Dijak at Stand and Deliver. I also want to bring some attention to the fact that Bray Wyatt's documentary will be dropping on Peacock April 1st, the same day that WWE will also be dropping WWE Next Gen on the Roku channel, which is a docuseries, basically kind of like Tough Enough, where you'll have men and women competing for a chance to become a WWE superstar. And that's all for this week's wrestling reactions. Before moving on to the special surprise, I wanted to bring attention to flyweight fighter Andre Lima, who was bitten by his opponent Igor Severino in UFC this past fight night. Severino was disqualified, and Lima then celebrated his win by getting a tattoo around the bite mark. Dana White loved the tattoo so much that he ended up giving him a $50,000 bonus for dealing with the bite of the night. Alright, my mayhem chillers, I teased you at the beginning of the video like a naughty boy, and now it's time to deliver. Next week, following my reaction video, I'll be posting a Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania predictions video. And now you're wondering, he said he has 2 surprises for us, didn't he? Well, now that you're on the edge of your seat, my second surprise is that I'm actually going to be going to Stand and Deliver and WrestleMania Night 2. So hopefully I'll get some exclusive content and be able to post that for you guys. And this is where I kick it back to you guys. What are your thoughts and opinions on this week's episodes of Smackdown, Raw, and NXT going into WrestleMania? Let me know what you'd like to see more or less of on the channel. Let me know what I can do to improve my channel in any way. Just let me know what's going on, bro. Tell me about your day. Tell me about your week. Tell me about your problems. I'm here to help. Anyways, I'm your host, Chill the Messenger. And remember, don't kill the messenger.